My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire Modded. Now, effectively, this is now the Corrupt Heart waiting room. So, I'm gonna move over to the next character and play an Ascension 1 run as I try and explore the current things that exist in the more broad-base mods. Those being the ones that tend to include extra cards for the base classes. Choose a card to obtain might... Ooh, 2 random colorless cards, though. Hand of Greed! I've always wanted a Hand of Greed early on. Forethought. Now, you might look at Forethought and go, ooh, that's a grand finale deck right there, but you still need to manage your draw. So it's less effective than just having a well-laid plans, holding the grand finale in hand, and then managing your draw from then on out. So what does Forethought do then? Well, your finishers go at the very bottom of your deck. Not necessarily Grand Finale, but maybe something like a card that does a bunch of damage that does not have, in response, a defensive effect, or an effect that you would want from then on out. I can't think of any at the moment, and I might, as a result, end up removing that Forethought, but the Hand of Greed in particular is quite nice. So, more elites on this side. That's a pretty good turn right there. Sets us up for a Hand of Greed. And a strike for the kills. Outmaneuver, Poison Stab, and Prepared. What's in my quest log? Pick up 3 curses. Ooh, I didn't even know that could be in here. Whoa! Sniper. If this card is discarded from your hand, Shivs deal 2 additional damage. Oh, so this is to hybridize a Shiv and discard build. That's actually really interesting, because there's already a hybrid Shiv and discard build in the game, but it's from Replay the Spire, and it includes Scrap Shanks? I'd actually really like to have Sniper, Finisher, Scrap Shanks. And kind of go with like maybe a... get away from me, you mosquito. Oh, I see you over there. It's landed just south of Essos on my Game of Thrones map. All right, anyway. It's going to drown in that sea. Fluid movement. Probably not going to keep that, though. So, do any of these really tickle? I mean, I could take the Prepared as an attempt to set up for the possibility of having Sniper and having curses. Sure. I really want to upgrade the Hand of Greed as early as possible. It's the extra damage is actually kind of significant, but the extra gold is what I'm really looking for. If this were a high Ascension run, obviously there I would... damn it! I actually really like this event. Obviously, if I had the ability, in a higher Ascension, I would have upgraded the Neutralize there, but it's important to remind that this isn't necessarily as serious as the main series. Have you heard? The Spire is going to be huge! If you invest today, you are guaranteed to double your gold in no time! Do not base investment decisions upon any statements made by Spireco employees. The value of investments may change. Past performance is not a guarantee of future performance. So you can effectively buy Spireco stock, and they are each 1 energy skills that are colorless, that have 10 gold as their base cost. I think if you upgrade them, it becomes 14, and their value changes over time. So you can just get a bunch of money off of them, but sometimes they try and give you negative money or aren't worth the energy you would pay. So you will come to regret this choice as your peers swim in wealth while you are forced to beg for scraps. Meanie. Oh, there's the Dakota ring I actually really wanted. Oh well. Tactician actually would have been really good as well, considering the discard build that we're kind of setting up for. Same with Infinite Blades for the Shiv build that we want to set up for. Outside of those, though, really can't accomplish anything. Actually, you know what I should have done? I should have veered off. Yeah, that would have been correct. I wanted to get this question mark really badly, and I was thinking, oh, this is my only way to get 3 elites. But no, I could have just veered off to the left and done it as well. So Forethought puts a card on the bottom of your deck as well as reducing its cost to 0 until it's played. Oh, Hand of Greed doesn't exhaust. I should just be holding until I kill everything with Hand of Greed. Whoops, that's my bad. Sorry. I don't think I got gold from Hand of Greed there. Last night, obviously. I'm gonna have to have a look at that. Cool. Henry kills the frontliner. Yeah, no, I got my 25 there. Okay, so it just seems to be maybe that we get the gold so quickly that I just don't recognize it. Okay, pick up 3 curses was not affected by that, which is good. It shouldn't have been. I want to kill each and every one of them with the GD hand. I'm doing it. We are doing this. Hand of Greed. Just think of the money. Could kill now. Don't want to kill now. Oh, it has an ability called Cry? Me too, bud. Hand him. You gotta hand it to me. Alright. There's the fluid movement that we intended not to get. Piercing while flying knee. Piercing Whale I think I'll actually take just because it's gonna help us stall for longer while we try and wait to set up our our Hands of Greed. Definitely Forethought on Hand of Greed here. I don't know about that turn. I feel like I maybe should have just been attacking a bunch. Just fetch a neutralize to lull the incoming damage. Yeah, definitely should have prioritized my attacks differently there. And hell, will Forethought a Ghost Swipe to the bottom of the deck. Pop some lumps. I'm gonna cop some damage here also. Just so that I can set up Hand of Greed. Oh! I've already played Hand of Greed this cycle. I didn't think I had. That's my bad. I will Hand of Greed each of these. I am going to alchemize the soul of every single enemy. That is what this run is. By design. We're going to be cool as hell. Fine. One of you will die without it. I'm not copying 9. Light Bulb! If you have any unspent energy at the end of your turn, draw that many cards at the start of your next turn. I think that's an excellent relic as far as I'm concerned. Dagger Throw is... Dagger Throw is a prepared that also has a strike attached. And I already took a prepared, so Regal Billow. When you rest, heal an additional 15 HP. Okay. I want the extra card draw next turn so that I can hand upgrade. The works. Yeah, that's just not happening for us, though. Not enough draw. Well, not enough draw yet. Right, we're going to be weakened this turn, unfortunately, which means that Hand of Greed is going to need a little bit of help to get over the line. Never mind, it got it. Already missed Crippling Crow. No, I can't take it. Every time I look at that card, I'm like, I desperately want to use this card. Yeah, we'll upgrade the neutralize. Has to happen sooner or later. Okay. You had to give me a ghost fetch there, eh? Not super keen on taking the extra damage there. When you play 6 skills, add a random skill to your hand and gain 2 energy. Well, now we know what we do for the rest of the game. Counter... Because counter only does damage equal to the intended damage of the enemy rather than damage equal to the resultant damage of the enemy, it means that multi-attacks like execute, like, inflame? It's not called inflame, is it? I forgot the name of it. But also, like, Dark Void attacks from the Awakened one, obviously all of the attacks from Donu and Deca, those kinds of things aren't particularly powerful, but... Counter got a little better when the heart was included in the game because the heart has like a straight up 60 damage nuke, which I need not tell you is 60 damage. It's a lot. That said, I feel like I'm going to be putting a lot of skills into our deck, so Flechette is probably a relatively good idea here. We're probably going to build around that emerald now. I've actually wanted to build around the emerald for a while. I just really haven't had an opportunity. Alright, I really want to alchemize this enemy, so... throw out the fire potion there. Little holes, heal, hook, and... nope. Okay. Just not prepared. 20 damage Flechette, not bad. And then we'll forethought the Survivor. So how do I play 6 skills in a single turn regularly? Oh, no, it's not in a single turn as well. I keep forgetting about that. Good. Keep it going. The Nightmare Unprepared there is mostly so that I can just fuel the emeralds. This is going to be wild. Flechette actually got some serious damage out of that. Speed training. Gain 1 dex. Exhaustive 2. Hell yeah. Thankfully, my excess energy is actually really good next turn with the light bulb as well. This is all kind of working out well. So we can play a deck that has such card deficit and such energy surplus that the light bulb charges us up for the next turn consistently. This is actually, I like it. I like it a lot. Like, I'm already extremely on board here. I love it. There we go. Ah, love it. We're actually not even going to take damage this turn. Inferno. That's the attack I was talking about when I was talking about counter, by the way. I think I might have said Inferno. No, I probably said a different word. It's all looking good. And we are set. Delectable gold. I love gold. Obviously adrenaline. Now I know Wraith Form is really, really good. Yes, but adrenaline is gonna charge up the emerald like nothing else. It gives us the energy to play more skills, as well as being a skill, as well as giving us cards. What? Ring of Chaos. Some card rewards have randomly altered stats and effects. Now, my understanding, although I could have gotten 3 curses there immediately, but my understanding is that Ring of Chaos has become more effective recently, in that magic numbers have been tweaked. I could be wrong on that, but I've seen some pretty wild screenshots. And I really want to get in the paint. Let's go. It always amazes me how quickly I get super excited about things in the series. I must seem like the most easily excitable person of all time. It's odd. In real life, I am relatively mute, if not dour. Yeah. Although, you know, how much of that is due to my personality and how much of that is due to my persistent anxiety is probably, you know, up for debate. We'll go for the count gamble here, yeah, because the Hand of Greed is for the rest. Riddle with holes? Question mark? Discard 1 card, it costs 0 until played. Okay. Because this used to be draw 1 card or discard 1 card, I believe. But it had this selection mechanic that sometimes screwed up burst, if I recall correctly. So that might be the cause of the redesign here. What's so expensive that I would pay 2 cards and a rotation of my deck to play it? I don't know. Riddle with Holes is hilarious, though. Upgrade, it's 10 damage for 0 energy, and it scales with strength. Look! It's Peck. Pekka, isn't it called? The Wither card in the Beaked character mod. I don't think I'd take it, but I think it's kind of funny. I could probably take Dodge and Roll, actually, though. I'm more than happy to remove a card from the deck. I mean, I've got all of these cards in the deck that aren't Hand of Greed, and I need to remove them so that I can just have the Hand of Greed in the deck all the time. That'd be dope. I can't offer either of these. Obviously, Emerald is our win condition right now, and Ring of the Snake gives us the ability to kind of get on top of that Emerald real quickly. Okay. Got some plated armor off of them as well as weakness. Okay. This hand's getting a little better now. Poison weapons. All unblocked attack damage is converted to poison this turn. Converted! Converted to poison. Not also causes poison. That's just a good old my fault right there. One of these days I'll learn how to read. One of these days. Read them. 28 damage. Draw one card, discard one card. Upgrades 31. 31 for 3. Yeah, it's not a good rate, unfortunately. Quick slash. And look. Slash of steel. Obviously we take that. Distraction actually would have been hilariously broken in this deck because it's 2 triggers with the emerald for 0 energy when upgraded. I should have taken it. Yeah, should have taken it. Good thing it turned up again. All right, we'll take speed training, gain 1 dex, exhaustive 2, upgrades to exhaustive 3. Exhaustive, by the way, is a... Oh, it shows up in STS lib as well as replay the Spire. As in, I think I saw chatter that it's defined in each. So I don't know if it appears in any mod other than replay the Spire, but it's a tracker for exhausts after this number of usages. And I definitely want it in this deck. Removing another attack seems like a really good idea. Finisher and Sniper no longer go in this deck, so I'll remove those so that I can get other quests instead. I don't know if I want to take any of the rest of this because we can wait. We can wait and find some better things. Poison Strike is probably the closest to consideration there. Hell yeah. It's going to be a turn and a half right here. Negate almost all of the incoming damage. Bar 1. Alchemize the souls of my enemy correctly. Mosquito lands on me. I immediately swat it away. We're doing good. I do kind of want to prolong this fight a little bit. Yeah. I do kind of want to prolong this fight a little bit so that I can, you know, again, alchemize the souls of all of my enemies. Don't act like you wouldn't. I should have kept an eye on how much energy I had left. Oh, right, I could have delayed there as well. Whoops. Dreamcatcher whenever you rescue, add a card to your deck, as well as Toxin Wave question mark. Is this excellent now? What is it by base? It's like 3 upgrades to 4 by base, if I recall correctly. I might be wrong. 6 to 7, so it costs twice as much, but it's only 1 card. We can't take that now. We'll take Backflip. Backflip obviously goes in this deck. Poison Stab was also modified, and it's pretty good, but we're a skill deck. You know what we need? We need the OG Wraith form. Does anyone out there remember the Wraith form that used to... Hang on, discard one card. Does anyone out there remember the Wraith form that used to deal 5 damage to a random enemy every time you played a skill, and it still cost 3 energy? Oh, it's just a rough card. But if it's ever going to be useful, here it would be. I don't know why I'm overhitting this cultist. Actually, I do now. There we go. It's because I'm waiting for the Hand of Greed, but I can't necessarily always wait on it, so I should still pepper down enemies in the meantime. Exploit weakness. Apply languid equal to the target's weak. I don't think we can do that. We have no weak application outside of our neutralize. If prepared wasn't card negative, I would probably take another one. But it is card negative. Okay. Show us what you got, Nightmare. Mm-hmm. Excellent. I've got to remember, I shouldn't just play out every skill for Emerald's sake, because I've also got the Light Bulb that gives me extra energy if I choose not to. Or rather, gives me extra card draw the next turn if I don't expend all of my energy. Okay, we'll just try and slowly work through the Nightmare. Good. All right, one more skill and we get an activation. All right. I'll just play both of those to try and increment the Emerald. Let's try and keep him weakened as best we can. All right, we're getting real close to this kill now. Tin Flute. At the end of this run, you choose one card from your deck. You start the next run with that card in your deck. I think it'll be hilarious to put another Hand of Greed in another deck after this, and I've always wanted to start runs with Hand of Greed. I've also wanted to start runs with the Bomb, which was introduced roughly at a similar time to Hand of Greed, and is also a 2-cost colorless rare. That's the connection there. But if I can't, I'll settle. Acrobatics. Draw 2 cards, discard 1 card. It costs 0 energy. It's perfect. It's card neutral. This is card neutral as well, because this costs a card to play, so that's 1 card down. It gives you 2 cards, that's 2 cards up, and then it's 1 card down from discard 1 card. So it's neutral. This costs a card to play, and it draws a card. Card neutral. The Prepared costs a card to play, draws 2, discards 2. Card negative of 1. Your hand size is reduced by 1 if you play prepared. But this acrobatics is going to be wild in this deck. Mercury Hourglass, at the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. I have to decide at this point whether or not I want to go for this elite or go for like 3 rests and a shop. And it's just no contest. I actually want the special relic, and I want it to give me mutagenic dexterity. Damn it. We got mutagenic strength. I actually wanted the dex in this situation as well, so... dang. Okay. We're also going to want more card draw in this deck. I've never found a situation where I want to take this. I don't know about this event. I guess in higher ascension, maybe it's because I'm playing on relatively low difficulty right now that it's not something that's relevant immediately to my play. Yeah, in fact, that actually seems like reasonable assessment now. Banana, gain 1 permanent max HP exhaust, upgrade to 2. Okay, that's kind of cool. Secret Technique fetches a card from the draw pile. Which is just, you know, fuel for the emerald. I want to take Banana, Secret Technique, Toolbox, Slimy Hat, and card removal. Slimy Hat is raise your maximum hand size by 2, so we would be able to overdraw a lot more readily. I don't actually want the Toolbox. I'm just going to remove a card. Gotta say, this is all looking real good right now. Obviously, upgrade the Banana, and the Secret Technique also needs an upgrade soon. That just draw 3 cards? I think Acrobatics just drew 3 cards. I may have miscounted. Okay. Neutralize, Secretly Technique. I'm trying to remove all of the artifacting from the Bronze Automaton so that I can actually start affecting them. Yeah. Could have been a worse opening turn. Definitely could have been a better one, but could have been worse. Gain 1 intangible and exhaust all cards in your hand. Exhaust. I need to leave that in the deck. I'm also going to leave the Catalyst in the deck here. And the primary reason for leaving the Catalyst in the deck... Hey, Smoke Bomb got taken. Nice. Is because I might generate poison. So you've got Prepared Plus. Actually, I want Prepared Plus back. Like, real soon. Hey, that's exactly the card I needed to draw there. Doubling Dagger. Okay, now we've got some scaling damage to work with. I like it, I like it, I like it. Oh, max hand size is 13, courtesy of the Pet Ghost as well as the Slimy Hat now, by the way. Which is, I probably need not tell you, quite nice. No, it's only drawing 2. Never mind. I was wrong earlier. Malaise would actually be like a real good shot right now. Yeah. There's your 36. How best can I defend? It'd just be straight up playing defensive cards. Exploit weakness. Yes. Oh, we're so close to full defense. We didn't actually full defend against the first boss, so we're already not perfecting this fight. Or rather, we're already not perfecting in general. So I don't think I much mind. Let's do it. Get that poison. There's my catalyst. There it is. Phantasmal Killer. Sure. Why not? Sounds like a good time. Now that all the languid's worn off. Hidden Blade obviously should have been played first there. That should not kill, and it doesn't. Woo! All right. I was trying to make sure I could Hand of Greed. From all sides, question mark? So it usually is apply 1 weak and deal 3 upgrades to 4 damage to a random enemy 2x plus 1 times. And it looks like this has changed it to 2x plus 3, but reduce the damage, which is so much worse. Obviously, Burst is the card we take with this deck because Burst Emerald. Black Hole. We do shuffle the deck. I think we lose if we take Black Hole. Cupcake. Gain energy at the start of each turn. After each turn after 6 cards are played, all cards cost 1 more energy. It's a really bad idea for this deck. Kind of goes off. Black Hole, of course, is from Hubris mod. It's all cards cost 0. Any card entering your discard pile is exhausted. Cupcake being from Infinite Spire. We'll actually be taking Astrolabe from the base game and trying to remove some attacks from our deck. And that depends, I guess. So we got Leg Sweep. Oh, Ornate Mirror. Oh, please don't crash the game. Please don't crash the game. I love this boss. Please don't crash the game. And it's just a quick slash as well. Cool. I do basically want to hit as many shops as is humanly possible. Banana. Shiv Toss. Discard all shivs in your hand. Your shivs deal 1 extra damage this combat for each one discarded exhausted too. That's another discard shiv synergy. I did know about that card. It's just I forgot about it when I was mentioning earlier. I've used that card to pretty ridiculous effect, in fact. Got him. 3 damage at the start of the turn. Piercing Wail. All enemies lose 11 strength this turn. Yeah. Oh, yes, obviously. Upgrade all cards you can no longer heal. That actually... We don't take damage, is the thing. Upgrading all of our cards is really significant. I'm doing it. Let's go. Also, worst comes to worst, I can just sell the Mark of the Bloom. That drew 3. It has to have drawn 3. I can't have miscounted at that time. It's possible it still did, though. Counting was never my strong suit. I have no clue why I decided to become an engineer. Good lord, please. All right. Piercing well seems like it should probably be out of this hand, though. Sniper! There it is! And I actually discarded it as well! Not that I have any shivs to capitalize on it, but still! Mm-hmm. There we go. How about no damage? Hand of Greed, I believe, will not work in this combat. As a result of the fact that it doesn't count as having killed an enemy until you kill the final Darkling. Oh, never mind. It will work if I use it against the final Darkling, which I happen to use it there. Every time you discard a hand during your turn, add an upgraded ship to your hand. We discard a lot. I think that'll help us kind of provide some damage. 2 for 1 on footwork. Backflip. Alright, we're gonna take the for sale mat. We'll sell the Mark of the Bloom so that we can start healing back up. So we'll take Runic Dodecahedron as well as Backflip. This is from Blackmod. It's a bag of chips. At the start of the next 10 combats, heal 4 HP. Is there anything else I want to sell here? Not really. I'm kind of enjoying how this is all going. We might try and fight the shop later. We'll see. We'll see. Hell yeah. Okay, there's your ridiculous incoming damage. That's a turn right there. Secret technique out, the distraction, the... Oh my god, the adrenalines, though. Right. The enemy actually has the malleable ability, which means I definitely shouldn't have used that attack first. That's really bad play on my part. I'm a little bit distracted by how excited I am. Discard all of that. Just start shiving. Time to start shiving as well. Yeah. I was hoping I wasn't going to make them way more aggressive on that final hit, but never mind, I managed. Deadly Neurotoxin. And that's one dead riding mass. Deflect seems like it would go in this deck, but what stops us is running out of cards more than running out of energy. I'll pass there. Try and just draw through the deck as best we can, and let a bunch of other cards. Awesome. Not a good time for the works, but I just wanted to set up my next turn as best I could. All right. This is all going pretty well. Our next hand should be mostly cost reduced. In fact, it definitely is. How we kind of just getting through this. Right, backliner is now happily deceased. In fact, it already was, even without that. I just prioritized my play poorly there. Oh well. I mean, it's a surprising amount of damage return. On this deck, at least. A non-minion enemy, so I actually don't get anything for that dagger. I forgot about that. Alright, let's definitely works. Oh, expertise. That's all we really need. Hopefully I get it soon. That is the Hand of Greed. So I can finish the fight with it. Well, you can't always get what you want. Bundle of Herbs. Right-click during combat to activate. Lose 1 charge. Gain 3 regen whenever you enter a rest site. Add 1 charge. Start with 2 charges. A Crippling Cloud that costs 1. The fact that it applies 2 weak to all enemies is actually the key part there. Still, it has to be backflip. We need the draw. It's really important I get back up to full HP here. Simply because it's going to give us extra energy from the Runic Dodecahedron. Ooh, sneaked up. Alright. We should be well within go-off land. Scrap Shanks. Pretty solid amount of damage. 5 away from making reality shifts, which we don't want to invoke if we can avoid it. Hell yeah! Let's generate a bunch of shivs. Absolute maximum I could have done that turn. And... oh gosh, we're so close. Oh, there we go. Hand of Greed as well. Multi-tool. You have 2 additional options at rest sites chosen randomly. That's really good. Sneaky Strike that costs 0. That returns 2 energy. Yeah. When you've discarded a card in a turn, which we always do. Yeah. Pair upon pickup, raise your max HP by 10. We don't have that many things to smith anymore, so it's really good that we have multi-tools so that we can actually do things. Take a deep breath there, because why not? Huh. So Giant Parasite was a boss from the Beat the Cultist mod on the 2nd floor. It looks like it's been changed, so now it is an elite on the 3rd floor. Let's see how this works. In terms of balance, let's see how this feels. Some extra cards, game decks, sure. We'll draw 3 extra cards next turn. The enemy gets 1 strength. I can see by the demon form there. A 13 card maximum, a 13 card opening hand is pretty ridiculous. Sneaky strike for energy, sneaky strike for energy, sneaky strike for energy. Double up on the adrenaline also. Oh, this is... I love it. Oh, so much. Okay, there's Scrap Shanks. Start removing all of the plated armor. No, I can't. I can't use Unload as the thing. I don't want to end the combo yet, obviously. Let's actually remove Unload from the hand so I'm not tempted. Hey, we get to discard the Tactician there. Okay, so the enemy still does get stunned. So this is something that the base Parasite has. That is, they get stunned when they lose all of their plated armor. It's good to see that it's retained here. Yeah, not too much else I could do there. Find me that, yeah, there we go. Hand of Greed. Centennial Puzzle, the first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. A 0 cost accuracy? I don't think it's necessary. Reflex, because we do discard a lot of cards. We'll discard the Reflex and draw. I'm going to try and empty out this hand. Ooh. Double up on that banana. Yes. Definitely discarded cards this turn already. Right. Scarcely worked out better. I wanted to dodge and roll there so that I could get the 7 block for next turn. I feel like I'm probably always going to have the enemy weaken just courtesy of our deck being as pretty insane as it is. Ooh. The combo that never ends, it just goes on and on, my friends. I think at this point, it's probably just... like, maybe even a bad idea to try and think about the things that I play. Because it will just take a ridiculously long period of time. This doesn't deal damage quickly. What it does is... has a ridiculous amount of value. That's the benefit that we have here. Me that. Had to close my sorry. Had to clear my throat and nose. There we go. Let's just put all of that on the bottom of the deck. Oh no. It begins again. We discarded cards that turn. Why did we not get energy back from Sneaky Strike? Did we not discard cards that turn? I guess we did remove cards from my hand, and I must have just assumed that that was a discarding effect, despite the fact that it might not have been. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I am looking for things to add shivs to my hands, please. So that then I can toss the shivs. And use that to create more shivs. That's a pretty good turn at the end there. I'm not going to be killing the enemy here. That's kind of got to get used to that. Basically, as soon as I'm no longer taking damage, I should probably stop trying to combo off. I know I'm already at that point, but I said it, and now I'm thinking like, ooh, but what if I just keep going? Ooh, that's a catalyst, though. That's a good starting step. Yeah, there's nothing doing here. Bye-bye, transient. We got the satchel at the end of each turn. Retain one card. That's actually going to be really good for us. Don't need any of those. Spire growth? Yeah, we're not killing. Or rather, we don't need necessarily to kill one of these. For the quest log, at least. It drew 4 cards. It definitely drew 4 cards. Do I have any effect that means our first draw draws 2 more cards? I can't see. Okay. Let's go through this whole deck. And the enemy's already dead next turn, but the thing is I'm still going to have to block. And, of course, play Banana if I can. Or kill the enemy. None of those are necessary. This deck already has its stuff sorted. I don't want to fight the merchant. I've done it a bunch of times recently. I think it... What the heck is this? Shift potion. Swap your strength and dex, draw 1 card. Is this like a mode shift? Is this from the construct mod? Reflective coding would probably be really good for us. Another deep breath, and I would remove card, but I can't remove a card, or at least there's no card I desperately want to remove, so I'll take the card draw and just mosey on out of here. Let's explore for random events, and yeah, just lose some max HP, I guess. Okay. So, reflex attacks. When taking unblocked attack damage, it will deal 50% back on its turn. And whenever I gain block, it will gain 50% block on its turn. That's not a good thing for me. But it's okay, because we will find a way. To persist throughout. Now, what do I want to double the next effect of? Probably doubling daggers, actually. Ooh, okay. So doubling daggers doesn't actually increment it by 2. Which is only inconsistent with the way that the base game now handles doubling effects that increment themselves. Because that now does actually increment twice, or rather it always used to increment twice, but now it also applies the upgraded effect on the second and following plays. It's a really confusing way to try and go through that point, but I promise you it makes sense. Ah, 2 snipers. Let's just discard both of those and upgrade our shivs. No. yes. There's another sniper. These deep breaths are wild. Okay. Thank God I have potions. Let's see if we can actually go off again. Yeah, that hurt. What? Minion intends to block on its turn. You have a turn? It's a mirror image of me. Do we need a discard from somewhere? Still need a discard. Wow, this deck is supposed to have ready access to discard. I don't know what's going on here. No, I just murdered myself. You know what happened there? I'll save the Hand of Grief for the next hand. What happened there is I'm not used to damage being dealt to me from external sources that aren't shown in the intent. So as I was looking at that enemy, I was like, yeah, no, I can just hit it as much as I want. I knew, I'd read the tooltip. I actually also possibly could have saved myself with a bundle of herbs at the very end there. I'm too excited to think logically. So I wasn't thinking about the damage that was being incurred on that side. There's definitely a good way to play around that. I guess you just slow play it. Right? Has to be. I need some more time against that boss. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire modded. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There is a playlist in the description down below with all my contents of this game, past, present, and future, as well as a link to each and every individual mod that has been featured in this and every other episode of Slay the Spire modded. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.